You are now logging on to
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water.
I said a
God's
fool's gonna trouble the water. I said a water. I said a water.
Said a who?
Okay, thank you.
Gonna trouble
The
water.
Thank,
water. Was it the water?
thank you too for making Black History Month way worse than it already was.
Wow.
Oh my God!
This-
We got a
Okay.
Debbie Downer. I see.
Right. This is the
this
remix.
No,
All right, I think we gotta get started. Here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
this is .com. This is February 28th, 2019.
This is Fat Boy 28.
February,
Oh.
Chelsea.
Fat boy
2019.
Oh, okay.
Black History Month.
Oh, it's the
For
final
the
day.
people that didn't know. And it's been a rough one. Our people, they haven't really been getting the type of, I don't know, acclaim that they should be getting this month. There's just too many things going on in the news. Just,
I guess.
yeah, well, I mean, one story to start off, one of the biggest anime betrayals of 2019. Let's start off talking about Jordan Woods and Kylie Jenner.
Did you say anime?
Yeah, you know, like the joke, like biggest anime betrayal of 2019, like, you know.
Oh.
You two don't-
I don't
get that one
Okay,
either.
yeah,
Okay,
okay.
y'all just aren't cultured, I see.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry, we're not weebs.
Right.
Hey, I'll take being a weeb any day. But yes,
Anyway,
Jordan
so-
Woods, out of all the people that she could have sex with,
Okay.
Tristan Thompson is the one she chooses.
I
How do y'all
don't
feel?
understand why people were shocked. Now, granted, I don't keep up with the Kardashians and
Right.
the Jenners. And,
Oh, was that a play on? I don't keep up with the Kardashians.
anyway, but no, I don't keep up with the Kardashian and Jenner clan. But so I didn't know really too much about Jordan Woods before I heard about any of this. But why are we shocked that Tristan Thompson was cheating, even if it was with anybody else? Why are we shocked that he's still
This
cheating?
man was just motorboating some chick like last year, right? Caught on
Right. So why is the world like in
I
an
don't-
uproar?
I don't think that's what shocked people, though. It's the fact that out of all people, it's Jordan Woods, the person who lives with Kylie Jenner.
That's
The
easy
person who
access.
Chloe put on in modeling.
It's always the people you closest
I
with.
mean, honestly, did he cheat? I only heard that they made out.
Well, apparently Jordan gonna be on the Red Table Talk because she's close with the Smith family, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
I
she
heard
gonna
about
tell
that.
her
Yeah,
side of
I-
it. So
Although they said, because she has an agreement, a confidentiality agreement with the Kardashians that she can't really say much, so she could easily get sued depending
Mhm.
on what she says on the Red Table Talk. So that's pretty big too.
mhm.
But I mean, I know I did just ask like, oh, what did they do? Did they have sex? It's just okay if they were just kissing or making out. I mean,
Mhm.
it's still wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Still wrong. No doubt about it.
hmm
And I understand that he has. This is about like his last straw. Like, how many chances is this?
Is it his last straw, or is
I mean,
He's
Chloe
about the
gonna
same
go
straw
back?
as
I mean,
Offset right now, I guess.
It's like, why would she keep going back to this guy? Like, what is it? What does he have
I
that she
don't
keeps
know.
going back? I mean, I know they have a kid
He's
together,
a young buck, I guess.
so there's that. But I just don't see like what's the
mhm.
reason behind that. And I'm also like, okay, if it was just kissing, I mean, good thing it didn't lead up to more than that, because then if it's sex, that can almost lead to like another baby or anything like that.
But what
It'd be way
difference
more
do it
serious.
make? That's what I'm trying
I mean,
to figure out.
there's no real a big difference, but I mean, at least
Is this gonna hurt his
when-
NBA career or something? Like, where is
Oh,
the
my God.
backlash? Like,
his NBA career was already hurt from his play. Like, he's
Right.
just not that great anyway. Although one would say that he got caught up with the Kardashian curse.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
means, every time when they, get with anybody, their career just plummels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, blah, blah.
Uh-oh, is
But
the Kardashian curse affecting you?
me?
You can't talk now.
Where have you been?
Right.
Yeah. But I just don't see why this surprises anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what does Jordan even do? Is she a model?
She's a model, yes.
Okay.
She models.
But still.
What
And
models?
she was also
her
Kylie's,
lipsticks.
She was also Kylie's best
Her
friend
makeup.
since like elementary school.
But
I
hell,
think.
I done heard that Kylie done made up with her or something. And
I heard she got kicked out of the house.
yeah, but I'm talking about
Yeah.
Kylie
Made
done.
up right
They
after
made up after apparently she was kicked out the house. So
Oh, okay. Some
again, this is
people-
why I'm trying to figure out why is this a thing?
I don't even know why
This could
was our
all be a
first
ploy.
topic.
Yeah, some people say it's promo for the new season.
Right.
Yeah, and then we just helped them out by talking about it, and I don't even care about it.
We're doing our things or whatever.
Yeah,
They're doing theirs.
I just don't see the big deal over it. Who cares about what Jordan or Tristan or Kardashians are nothing but drama. They're just drama. Their drama is just played out at this point. I don't even care to talk about them anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's true.
So,
I'm over
I
it.
think
Either of you want to?
I think more of a serious topic though that has affected the blacks.
Oh Lord, the black community.
Yeah, the black community in general, was probably the Jussie situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now that was big.
Yeah.
And I feel like that affected not just, just the blacks, but it also affected, the gay people, the gay community as well.
Mhm.
Because although we still don't have all the proof, everything that's happened. We don't know everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because he still claims that it was real, and some people just don't believe him now. And there's so much to this news story. We don't know everything, but just because now this second part of it came out, and everyone sees him as this liar now,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a black. Not big time, but he's a black actor. He's in a very large limelight right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a black actor, and he's also gay, and he's very verbal about that. And the biggest community on the opposition of the black and gay community is the MAGA community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he used in his original claim that it was MAGA haters or MAGA supporters. I mean,
Right.
it was MAGA supporters that attacked him, and then it comes out that he was lying about that. So you just drew a bigger division. If there wasn't a big enough division between the MAGA and gay and black communities, there is one now because you lied about it. And also now, if anything were to happen, if there was any type of hate crime against a celebrity or just everyday regular citizen,
Mm-hmm.
now it's going to be looked at as crying wolf. It's also like in comparison to the R. Kelly case. All those women that came out, everyone's like, "Oh, they're looking for a payday. They're looking for a payday now." No one believes them.
Right.
No one believes anything. They knew what they were doing. Now with this Jussie thing, is like if anyone says anything, because apparently he was looking for a payday with this because he didn't like his salary.
Right.
I don't know about that one.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. I'm not going to talk about that much, but it's like now if anyone from the gay community or the black community actually says something or says there's been this hate crime or anything like that, that may hurt them because no one's going to believe them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I think
So I
Jussie was so involved in the activist community, both on the black community side and the LGBTQ community, that people were so dumbfounded when the whole story came out. And plus, we're living in such a time now where there's so much violence and just hateful stuff going on. You just wanted to believe this
Right.
really happened to him.
Right.
And he had never really done anything before that would make you believe he wasn't telling the truth.
Right.
But I do think this is a case of how much, dare I say, value we put into celebrities. So now it's coming out he lied and he, hired the Nigerians to set the whole thing up.
Also, with that, real quick, I'm not trying to cut you off, but if you're going to say it was some MAGA supporters that hit you, you go hire some Nigerians, some big buff black dudes. Really?
I thought those were his brothers. What they said.
Really? Like you could get some corny white people, some junkies or something. I don't know anything. Like
right.
You like come on, dude. But
I just feel like we put so much value into what celebrities say, and it kind of going back to the whole Kardashian Jordan Woods situation. Like all of this, for all we know, could be a ploy to promo some episode of Empire. Well, they said he had a music video that came out that had a guy with a noose in it. You just never know. But we wanted to believe so bad that this really did happen. But he's a person just like anybody. Any of these celebrities, they're people. We tend to put actors and singers and whatnot on these pedestals like they can do no wrong. When if this was anybody else, it'd be like, okay, what's the problem? Why couldn't they lie? So I don't know. I feel like we tend to put too much stock into celebrities. So when things like this happen, we get a bit dumbfounded and we don't really know what direction to go with it. I think he was lying. I don't have nothing against him. I think he's still, he's still talented or whatever. But for all we know, he could have a mental issue or anything, drug problem.
Yeah, and then after, especially to talk and have this entire interview on ABC, like to say that this was a lie, if this was a lie, and he had this entire interview on ABC, he's crying and everything. This has this very believable interview. I will just have to say, if he can act that good, they need to pay the man. They need to pay that man what he wanted. If this is about salary, he deserves something. I'm just saying. That was some good old acting right there, boy. I tell you that. But also, why? Like another thing, like if this is like, why would you say those things about? Oh, I'm the gay Tupac now. I'm the gay Tupac.
Right. I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. So. What do you think that's about?
I don't think anyone really cares about his music outside of Empire that much, do they?
I mean, he was featured on different stuff here and there, but I don't think anybody's trying to act like Jussie before or after the situation with some A-list celebrity.
No, he's always been considered, heck, C-list for all that matter. Like, I didn't know about him until Empire, and I only watched half of the first season. That's it.
Right.
Never listened to one of his songs.
I mean, he can't sing, but the gay Tupac, no.
Like
that's a little out of left field.
It just came out of nowhere. Like, okay, what? I heard that it all sparked. Well, of course, all the conspiracies was coming out. He was flirting with somebody's boyfriend, and they wanted to fight him, and all these different things these stories were coming out as to what the motive was. I heard though that he actually did get a real piece of hate mail. And the return address was MAGA that was sent to the Empire set, and it didn't get the notoriety that he wanted it to. So all of this was a ploy based off of something that really did happen.
Yeah, and it came out that it was allegedly him who sent that.
Yeah, right.
So it's like this entire story is just so fishy. I mean, it was already fishy when they were talking about he was out at 2 a.m. trying to go to subway and
in Chicago,
degrees. And they said there was They said that was one of the coldest days in Chicago's history. Like, why, really? And then someone is just carrying around nooses and bleach.
Someone said bleach would freeze as soon as it got out.
And it ain't like we talking about. No offense if you live in West Virginia, but it ain't like we talking about a place like West Virginia, for example. We talking about Chirac. Why is there MAGA supporters talking about this MAGA country in one of the blackest cities in America?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Right. And also for there to be almost zero cameras around, it was already fishy. Like even when he was he wouldn't give his phone up when he got detained. You know,
Right.
when they were trying to figure out what was going on. Like, he wouldn't even give his phone up. So right then and there, I knew it was fishy. But I'm just saying, just with this story, even if it does come back that he was telling the truth, I really feel like he has hurt the black and the gay community with this, and that has set those minority communities back.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Black History Month. Also, how about you talk about anime plot twists or portrayals?
Oh gosh.
The biggest plot twist in the human history
Oh no!
has to be Sir 21 Savage.
Right.
Sir Savage, the 21st.
Like,
He came out as British.
they just came out of left field.
That is random.
I thought that was a meme. The very first time I heard it, I thought it was a joke, a meme, whatever you want to call it.
The more I heard the situation, though, I'm like, why is that unbelievable? Because I understand it's like, oh, he's so hood and this, that, and the third, but was he ever in London or wherever exactly he's from in Britain, or did his mom move them before he was old enough to really
I
understand?
think it was like, what, he was 2 years old, maybe? Something like
So
that. He was
why-
very young. He was very young.
I
So
thought
what I'm
he
saying
was-
is, y'all act like the man just grew up in Britain and had a whole accent that he got rid of and everything. The man was 2 apparently when he came over here. I don't understand why.
I mean, there is a big
It's-
thing though, UK rap versus American rap. That was a huge thing.
So you
especially
feel
when Drake came out.
If
with
he
More
had
Life
came out and said I was born in the UK, it would have been better. If that was something that
No, if he
people
would have
just
said
kind
that,
of
I
knew
feel like
from the
people wouldn't
beginning.
have taken him as seriously at all. If he would have said that, I don't think people would have known he was with the smoke like he is, honestly.
Smoke.
They would.
Oh my gosh.
They wouldn't.
Because his mom is like got a full accent and everything. I don't think they ever
I mean,
tried to lie and say like he wasn't
I've
from
never
the
seen
No,
his
UK.
mom.
I don't think it's about people thinking he was lying. It's just more about like, we would have never thought this guy of all people was British. Like, if Will Smith came out and said, "Oh, I'm actually from the UK," everyone like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
right.
fine. That makes sense. But you have to look at it. I mean, although I don't really like to do this, but when you look at someone's appearance, automatically we always go to what type of person they are.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at 21 Savage's appearance, yes, you believe he is from the South.
Mhm.
He is from the hood,
Mm-hmm.
not a British hood.
Right.
He is from Atlanta, Georgia, deep down in the South, or
East Atlanta.
East Atlanta, or here in like dirty south of Memphis, Tennessee,
Right.
Binghamton. Like,
Mhm.
like he looks like that. So I don't think it was just, oh, this guy had been lying to us all the time. It's more just, wow. It was like, you talk
Yeah.
about shock value.
But do we
That
get
was
kind
shocking.
of, and I'm going to play devil's advocate, do we kind of get caught up in these perceptions of what we think the UK is? Like, we all saw the memes of the red coats and all that.
Yeah.
And yes, that's very much so a part of British culture. But at the same time, we acting like London can't have some savage hoods in it too. Like,
I mean, it can, obviously, but they're running around knifing people, not shooting people up. There's not drive-bys happening in London. They can't have guns at all.
I mean,
I think
there
people
are-
get
there are-
this idea of what Great Britain is, some upstanding, clean, I can't believe. I don't know.
there are British bangers, but
Street gangs.
street gangs, there are those people, but I think
I'm
where it
thinking
comes
people,
from.
I think people getting so caught up thinking about like the Queen and tea
Queen Elizabeth.
and crumpets, and it's like everybody got this
I mean,
idea
if
that
your country has a queen, like, come on now.
Right. I mean, they don't have presidents that are, actually been trying to get rid of a whole culture of people. But no, there are. I mean, of course, I know what you mean. Like, they don't show like that dark side of
Right.
London, pretty much. But honestly, I always knew that because I watch a lot of British TV actually, and yeah. They are, kind of crazy. They are almost just as worse as United States.
They
Mhm.
hide it very well.
Yes, they do.
Right.
But I think what it is, us Americans, how we see British people is
Very proper.
they're proper. That accent is so soothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we think about that appearance, that accent, that the way they talk, the way they present themselves, in these movies or TV shows or wherever, when they come over or whatever. When we think British, we think about that type of appearance. And it's like 21 Savage. No. I do not think. What's one? I don't know his songs. What's one of his songs?
Bank account, thug life.
Like, could you imagine him singing? Oh, bank account.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
God.
4, 5, 6
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
pounds in my bank account.
Pounds.
Wow.
Pounds in my bank. Like, no, we can't. We can't imagine it. I think it's just
Right.
more of a shock value. It was like when I first saw it, I got a little notification,
Mm.
and it was like, "Oh, 21 Savage is actually British," and I was like, "Oh, this must be like Omari said. This must be like a meme. This must be a joke or something." I thought it was from The Onion or something,
No.
and I was like, "Oh, that's okay, whatever." And I get like a couple more notifications about it because I got like a couple of news apps on my phone, and I was like, "Is this really true?"
Mm-hmm.
Like I tell people all the time, I can't get shocked by anything. It's very hard to shock me. But 21 Savage being a Briton was, I mean, of course it could happen, but it was just like, never would have saw it coming. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Like, I mean, I've told you guys before, I'm Irish. No one ever believes me, but I am. But I was born here, so there's no deportation thing going on here,
Right.
or will be going on here. But the fact that he was actually born there and now he's been deported back there, and here's the thing though, what I disliked about it was that people were so upset about it that he had to go back, like because there was the Demi Lovato, she started making jokes about it,
Mm-hmm.
God
And-
bless her soul.
Right.
I will tell you that this is the reason why I do love black people. It was like, yeah, we can make fun of this, but this is our family. You know how y'all are younger or you got brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
You can hit your brothers and sisters, but if somebody else come and hit them, it's a problem.
Right.
So I will say, like, they were very defensive of him, but I didn't understand. It was like, they got so upset about it though. It was, don't make fun of him for being deported, blah, 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 blah. It's like, he's just being deported. He's going to be back. It's not like he was being sent somewhere like in like a third world country or something.
So are we
Like-
saying that because he's a rich rapper, if this was just some dude you heard about on the internet and this was, that same story, would it be different?
Different how?
It's sad when we see these stories of, families getting split up, all
Oh, yeah.
crap going on with Trump and whatnot. But this is comical, and I'm trying to figure out what the difference is.
Well, the fact that it's 21 is comical. And I don't know, even if he did get deported, like, people were making the arguments that he's getting separated from his family, this, that, and the third. He might not be able to come back because of past charges, this, that, and the third. So I can see why some people would be like, this isn't funny. But at the same time, yeah, it is London. It's not like you're getting sent to
Mhm.
Iraq or something.
And also, I think, when we compare it to that, the people who Trump is separating, these are families who are legitimately being separated from each other, who have a really good chance of never seeing each other again.
Mm-hmm.
And also, most of them do not have much money.
Mm-hmm.
At least 21 will be able to survive off of his financial situation
Mm-hmm.
and be able to stay in contact with everyone that he knows. These people who are being separated by their families, you know, through this immigration act or whatever they want to call it, like, they have such a high chance of literally never seeing their family again, not having the right amount of finances to even survive.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to be sent back to this country where they were trying to get away from for a reason. They were obviously trying to get away from for a reason. So I feel like is completely different, honestly, because 21, he's gonna be back. He's gonna know where everyone's at. He's gonna have his finances in order. His career is still gonna be booming. Whereas those people, their life is just up in the air.
I just feel like people pick and choose what they want to be in an uproar about.
Most definitely.
Of course.
Most
You know,
definitely.
that's all I'm saying. Like, it is a completely different situation based on class and financial status, but I don't know. I'm just not one of those people that, you know, it's funny, the little memes or whatever, it's cool, whatever. But how can people be mad one instance, but then you joking, talking about the man gonna be eating tea and crumpets one sec? I just don't see how you turn that on and off, but then y'all told Demi Lovato to go kill herself. I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. It just goes back to that sibling those sibling situations where I can do whatever to my brother, to my sister, but if I feel like you're an outsider and you try to do the same as I, no,
Also,
you just can't.
Black Twitter is made up of black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when black people are checking each other, if a third party comes in and starts checking one of them, they're fair game. That's just how it goes.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Most of the
Demi
time,
didn't know
most of
that.
the time, there's
Right.
if two black folks are checking each other, they're just going back and forth, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who you are. If you come into it, those two will turn against
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Mhm.
You will
They're
get
turning
punched.
against you. So
You asked for that.
right.
Right.
You stepped into the crossfire, and
I know it is a thin line, though, because, I
Mhm.
mean, she did try to kill herself. But
yeah, I do think they went a little too far when they were like, "Oh, where were you when?" Well, they were like, "Well, we supported you, but you were trying to kill yourself and all that. We were doing all this, but don't make fun of this guy." I feel like, all right, now it's cool to just check her real quick.
A little bit of black excellence, though, this month. Jay-Z doing a great job. Like, he supported 21. He was
Well,
trying to...
this ain't what this podcast is about.
Well,
We talking about the
you
black
know,
folks.
it's-
Nah.
throw
We
in a
talked
little
about how
back
we
to-
talked about how they didn't set us back. They didn't set us back.
And Jay-Z is
Over. So
He's Hov.
we got Tristan and Jordan just
Wow.
can't even keep a friendship no more. You got Justice setting up the entire minority community's back, and then
Well, let's talk. and
21 is just
along the same lines of hip hop. Before we get too wrapped up in this whole podcast turns into a 21 Savage discussion, how do we feel about? And it's not so much as hating on Cardi or not liking her. I want to know, what is y'all's opinion on people making Nicki Minaj the butt of the joke when it comes to Cardi B's success? Don't you think that situation sets us back a little bit in Black History Month?
Oh no, I completely agree because first off, okay, Cardi won a Grammy. Good for her. First off, the people who are hating on Cardi for winning a Grammy, why? Why are you hating on her?
Mm-hmm.
She won one. Honestly, out of all of those hip hop albums that were nominated, hers. I mean,
Cardi had the biggest year.
She had the biggest year. No one really cares about the quality when it comes to these awards.
Popularity.
Really, it's about the popularity, and her sales were far beyond everyone else in that nomination list.
Mm-hmm.
Her plays were far beyond everyone else in that nomination list, and it's like it was expected.
Mm-hmm.
How could you? Why are you hating on her? Why? Who cares? And then to the Nicki Minaj thing is like, I think the main reason is because Nicki, of course, likes
they don't get along.
They don't get along, and there's not many big time hip hop women artists out there, and they have to compare each other to who's the other big hip hop artist or whatever. And so it's like, oh, Nicki, haha, you didn't do this, but Cardi did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Nicki, she is better than you now. You have been replaced. And I think Nicki keeps messing up by every time she keeps coming back, she keeps like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm still the best.
You sound bitter.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why she keeps messing up.
Mm-hmm.
And if she were just to not say anything about Cardi and just do her music without any type of controversy, she'll be better off.
I don't know if y'all remember this, but when Nicki first came out, do y'all remember how it was her and Lil' Kim that was beefing?
Right.
Do you feel like Nicki's getting her payback now with Cardi for how they...
I mean, I thought about that. It could be that.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely could be that.
Because Nicki, nobody was saying anything when Nicki was the one that apparently replaced Lil' Kim. Right. So now Nicki is quote unquote getting replaced with the new girl. And also, it's an issue.
Yeah, and also when it was the Nicki Lil' Kim thing, you didn't hear anyone making Lil' Kim really the butt of the jokes or anything because she was quiet.
Right.
She kind of like felt like her time was up. She didn't really try to be like, yeah, I'm still the best. She wasn't coming out with albums left and right or whatever. She went away silently, honestly. Like, sometimes you just got to know when your time's up. And everyone knows that entertainment industry is a what have you done for me lately industry.
Mm-hmm.
What has Nicki done lately that has set her apart? You're not going to get people over by rapping about the same exact thing you started rapping about when you first got out.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the thing. Like,
stop rapping about your pussy.
Not to bring him into it because he ain't got nothing to do with the situation, but I think it's kind of like the thing we say about Logic. Like, if I have to hear this man say black and white one more time, it's like those things where you hear them talk about it and the first reaction is, that's the first thing that it's like, oh, here we go.
Like, I remember the new song he came out with, Keanu Reeves. I remember I was just vibing to it. I was vibing to it. I was like, ooh, this is some good stuff. And he said, yeah, they keep complaining about black and white. I'm like, yes, we keep complaining about you being black and white. Why do you keep saying it? We know.
Right.
We know. Mm-hmm. Also, Nicki, we know. Okay, I guess your pussy is good. But we don't want to keep hearing about it.
Right. It's like change her content.
Yeah, she made herself into a joke. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And you do this whole the whole act, the whole like paranormal activity thing, and all of that. This romance, all of that is done. Like, it was cool when it first came out, but you have to
evolve.
You have to keep evolving. Exactly.
Yeah.
Raw.
Yeah.
Raw. Like, come on. But yeah, I do feel like it's back because why can't they just be, like different? Why can't they just be collaborate or anything like that? You
don't really hear. Just thinking, and maybe it has to do with rap versus say pop or R&B. But you technically have, of course, Beyonce, that goes without saying, but you have artists like Rihanna, both black women, both in their own lane. Of course, people try to pit them together or whatever, but you've never seen either one of them, because they're like two of the biggest names in music in the world, and they're both black, and nobody puts them together. They don't even entertain the whole thing. Of course, Beyonce and Jay-Z are been together for 20 years, and if y'all don't know, Rihanna's under Jay-Z. Jay-Z is technically the one who discovered / signed Rihanna. And when Rihanna first came out, they used to always try to pit Rihanna and Beyonce together. Oh, Jay-Z messing with Rihanna, this, that, and the third. But they never played into it. Why is it that in rap, is it because rap is so male dominated that women, it's almost like I got to do something?
I think so because
I
go ahead.
I feel like it is that type of environment in the rap environment. You know, you got a beef. People love beefs in rap.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was going to say.
You just want to hear them sing,
Right.
and that's about it.
And that's just it. Like, you don't hear, who's a good example? Gosh, wow, I just lost all my R&B artists. They just went away.
Oh.
Sure.
Yeah, you didn't hear Usher and
You
Chris.
the only time you really hear about beef and R&B is anytime Chris Brown's involved.
Okay,
Just
you could probably
rapper.
say that. But who does he beef with?
Rappers.
Rappers, exactly. He
Right.
doesn't.
Rappers,
He doesn't.
so.
There's no R&B singers out here. Usher didn't tell.
Jockey.
Usher didn't tell Keith Sweat, "Let Your Empire Burn." I don't know. He was like,
Right.
"Let it burn." Like he didn't tell the people that. Nobody was out after each other in the R&B because they were more like a accepting and loving community. Because I mean,
Like we
basically
all doing it together.
we all doing it together.
Mhm.
But of course, like you said, Jacquees, he's just trying to come in and be like, "Yeah, I'm the best one
Yeah,
around."
that's
And
the
no,
nature
no
of
one,
music.
no one in R&B ever calls themselves the best around. The fans do. No one in music, period. No one can call themselves the best of this and that.
Mm-hmm.
The fans do. The fans do. And you see how
Mhm.
quick that went?
Right.
How quick that came up and went away? Because no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares about you, dude. I haven't even heard one of his songs. Well, actually, I think I have, but I forgot it already. But it's like, with the rap industry, though, everyone needs a beef. You have to be beefing. Because then it's like, what do they call it? Oh, shit. I lost it. But anyway. But it's like, you have to earn your respect, kind of thing.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
if you gonna be beefing with somebody, you gotta be the one who won.
But hasn't Nikki earned her respect? Nikki been in the game 10 years. Why is Nick? I understand the whole Nikki's made herself a joke situation, but can we appreciate what Nikki has done
Right.
in hip hop? And
Yeah,
just,
that's what I- that's what-
leave it at that.
That's why I do understand that, and I respect that too, because that's just like I don't know if you guys really watch UFC enough or anything, but this is like the same situation with Ronda Rousey.
Mm.
Ronda Rousey started this huge women's evolution in UFC, mixed martial arts fighting. This lady sold out gates. And she's first lady to main event and sell out arenas. Yet, soon as she loses, she was never the best. She sucked always.
Mm-hmm.
You know? She's nothing. So as soon as someone goes down, I think this is the reason why it hurt our community. Soon as someone goes down, we are never ready to pick them up.
Right.
Never.
Do you also think part of it plays into the whole "I'm the best" type thing, though? Because if you wanna go around boasting that you're the best, like no one can stop you, and then someone beats you.
Mm.
At that point, it's kind of like you were talking tough, now what type thing. Not saying it's
Yeah, but I think in black music in general, and music fans, period, are fickle. But I think in black music, we don't hold our artists sacred. You know, you got a lot of white rock bands been touring and selling out 40, 50 years. And white folks, they generational. It was their grandfather's music, their father's music. Now the sons is growing up listening to it. In black music, I don't want to hear that. They cold. They ain't did nothing. We're the only people that don't hold our music to a standard. We don't respect and cherish our artists. So the moment something happened, it's like, oh, they irrelevant. I don't get that. Just because. I just don't understand that. Like, I get, because again, I feel like we put too much stock into celebrities because these are still people. I understand, the whole making herself a joke and she rapping about the same material or whatever you want to say about Nicki. But let's not front and act like you didn't know somebody or you yourself wasn't a Barbie or a Ken doll years ago. So that's all I'm saying. Like, why can't we hold our artists? That's why our stuff is so microwave and it's disposable. I don't get that. Just because you listened to it 10 years ago don't mean that it ain't still good music.
Right.
Compared just because the new folks done came out.
Well, I think that's what it is. It's an in thing, just like with anything else. What's in now, and usually, what's in is whoever the white people are listening to. Mm-hmm. Cardi got very big. White folks start listening to her. Mm-hmm. So everybody's listening to her.
So she crossed over.
All the big time mainstream artists, all of them. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about like the Earl sweatshirts or anything like that or whatever. Not the small guys, because we all know those are some great artists down there. But all the mainstream black artists are all mainstream because the white folks are listening to them. Mm-hmm. And since they are listening to them, everyone is going to be listening to them. Right. Everybody. Whatever they're doing, everybody wants to do. Which is, I think, is sad. Just think about, like, this is way off subject. Just think about, like, hell, even, growing up, like Chick-fil-A's. We weren't going to Chick-fil-A till all the white folks in school start showing up with Chick-fil-A. Like, oh, this must be really good. Skinny jeans. We weren't wearing skinny jeans. Mm-hmm. So all the white folks, the skinny jeans are in. Okay, we're going to start wearing skinny jeans now. Polo Ralph Lauren. We were wearing Tommy Hilfiger. All the white folks wearing Polo Ralph Lauren. So we're going to start wearing them. Mm-hmm. That right there is enough to be sick of our own people. Like black-owned businesses never can flourish because we got something to complain about every single time we go into a black-owned business, but never when it's a white-owned business. Mm-hmm. You got something to complain about all the time. Oh, y'all don't do this, y'all don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. They have all these rules for black-owned businesses.
Because you feel that these people are your equal.
Yeah, always looking for a discount. Mm-hmm.
So does that speak more to how black people feel about themselves?
Mm-hmm. I'd say so.
Versus the where they're choosing to put their money or what they're choosing to support. Just kind of bringing it back to the music. A lot of artists say that, I had a lot of black fans and they supported me, but I didn't make it until I crossed over. So do we not support, well, obviously we don't support our own, but at what point are we going to start caring about our dollar or our opinion and how much weight we actually hold?
Exactly. I know it sounds like so redundant at this point, but honestly, when black people actually get together as a collective, we have so much dominance over the rest of the world. So much.
And that's what artists like T.I. are trying to do. If we want to cross the theme over to, there are certain designers now that have been in the news for doing like blackface. For instance, Gucci, they have like the little turtleneck thing that it's black and it goes like up to over your nose, I think, and I think it has a mouth cutout.
Yep.
And lots of people were raving about that. Oh, it's blackface, it's wrong. Like I said, T.I. did a little thing. He was like, y'all need to start not buying into these brands because they are literally, they're attacking you, but they know they can sell it to you because you don't value how much money you have. You don't value yourself.
Right.
Because
you're still searching for approval.
Yes.
You're still searching for some sort of validation.